Maharaj, I want to beg for your mercy right now. As I've been thinking about doing this version of a lecture for years.
Oh, okay, great. So now you have a chance to do it.
Yes, with your mercy. And I want to pray to all of the assembled Vaishnavas to please give me your blessings as I'm doing this as a service to a friend who passed away 4 years ago. Her name was Krishnangi, a disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Swami. And I recorded our last conversation when she was on her deathbed. And we talked about three main topics. One was Krishna Consciousness, Bhakti Yoga. Two was hip hop. And three was my guru and my father, who also passed away about 20 or so years ago. And so when I was first, that year was the 50th anniversary of hip hop. And so I said, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this lecture because a lot of people are not realizing how Srila Prabhupada has completely revolutionized American music. And to me, it's not talked about enough. And in particular, due to Srila Prabhupada, he has completely revolutionized hip hop. How many people know that? Does anybody know that Srila Prabhupada was extremely influential on where hip hop is today? Hip hop is so big, 50 years old, that now it has spread out and has tentacles over Korea, Japan. I saw some Gujaratis in Chicago on the street corner doing some hip hop in their own language, and it's global phenomenon. Taking a situation, think about where it came from, New York City, where there was no type of hope for a lot of people. Concrete jungle, and the people that created hip hop were at the bottom of the concrete jungle. You talk about a complete collapse of Varnashram Dharma, right? And so I am so happy that people from Bharat Varsha have come today to allow me to share some of my appreciation for Srila Prabhupada and for the preaching movement that Sri Sri Gaura Nitai have laid out for us. Now, I think it's especially unique because I did not tell Maharaj I was going to do this today. I didn't know I was going to do this today. But I think it's Krishna's arrangement because they've asked me to be a youth group leader in Brooklyn. And so on Tuesday, I'm going to give a version of this class with your feedback. And so naturally, I'm trying to think, Srila Prabhupada says in the Nectar of Devotion, that when you utilize your intelligence in order to think about how to spread Krishna consciousness, that is true enthusiasm. And that is something that we all should want to be, enthusiastic for Krishna service, enthusiastic to spread the love of Sri Sri Gaura Nitai. And so with that, I'm going to try something a little bit unique. We're good?
Yeah.
Okay. So first,
Systems great.
Good. Om Gyana Timirandasya Gyana Jana Shalakaya Chakshor Unminitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vansha Kalpa Turubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Pati Tanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. So I've been trying to create songs for a long time. There's only one problem. I can't sing. And I'm not that musically inclined. So two problems. But I've tried, I bought these keyboards that were all these YouTube videos years and years, and every time I was like, oh, like Mother Yashoda was experiencing, two fingers too short. Or many fingers too short in my case. But I kept on trying, and luckily, with the help of technology, a lot of auto-tune, some AI, I've created some items to share with you today that hopefully will be better than me just getting up here and speaking dry Sankhya philosophy, which is very enjoyable for me, but I don't think it's enjoyable for everybody else all the time. And so I would like to open up by talking about lecture time.
I noticed that verse, that word.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of a little lecture, little song and dance, right? And so naturally, I want everybody to loosen up. If you want to stand up and dance, even better. I understand that this is going to be a genre that some people may like, some people may not like. This is actually reverse for me because I think a lot of people out there, I aim to get them into the instrumental, because that's what they're going to hear. But for you, since you're such glorious souls, I hope you honor the purpose, as someone was recently telling me. The purpose of these lyrics are all to illustrate how Vedanta, specifically Bhakti Vedanta, can bring us the greatest joy that we can ever experience. So, what I'm really going to focus on, we're going to go in different areas, but it's when we realize we are the spark of the Supreme Source, a spark. So different in quantity, quantity, same in quality. But we need, if we're a spark, we don't want to get trapped in these illusions, right? Our knowledge, jnana, our action, karma, and love easily align with the truth as we are constantly serving, whether we realize it or not. And so I'm going to be speaking about, and would love to hear if we have time, I know we're already running out of time, clarity, how Bhakti Yoga allows seeing beyond the illusion, remembering your real identity. Everybody has goals in life, but if you don't know who you are, how do you know where to steer the ship? Purpose, dharma. There's temporary dharma, and then there's the eternal dharma. We would like to align both, but if we get the temporary wrong, let's make sure that eternal's still in place, right? Every action becomes sacred when guided with this understanding, right? And so what Maharaj and the assembled devotees here with this type of preaching center, we are trying to share this understanding on Srila Narottam Das Tirobhava, right? Lokena lokera jivana. So think about the amount of devotion and intelligence that he was using to bring about topics that are so deep in terms of consciousness and our relationship with the absolute truth that people are nowhere near understanding it now, even those who are devoting their whole lives to it. And then think about how Srila Prabhupada was utilizing so many new preaching techniques with new technologies, right? Simple living, high thinking. However, he was using word presses. He was traveling across the oceans to do this. So many activities that he used new technologies in Krishna service. Sometimes devotees say, oh, simple living, high thinking, that's the best way. And it is. But we should utilize all of our senses. We're nothing but instruments. And so technology is the instrument. We should try to connect it. And so a lot of what you'll hear today is trying to connect some of the newer areas of technology in the service of the absolute truth, asking that we flood every piece of technology with this type of knowledge. And naturally, it's the connection. I didn't know who was going to be here, especially with this nor'easter. My wife was like, no, tell Maharaj, does he know it's nor'easter? And look, Freeport's going to get flooded. Are you sure? Are you sure? But there's one thing when you're dealing with devotees, they're fearless. And so I wrote Maharaj. I was telling my wife, no, it doesn't matter. She was like, no, write him. He might not know. There's a huge flood coming. And so I wrote him. He was like, no, it's okay. Krishna will arrange. And so I was like, hey, okay. I checked the box. We have our grihasta duties, and then we have our spiritual duties. And ideally, we make a mix. And luckily, I'm here, so it's Krishna's arrangement. But the connection, we have a connection with each other. I didn't know you guys were going to be here, but I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And please be kind, because my ego is my false ego is very sensitive. But what I'd like to do is start with one portion of a song that is with that mood and that spirit, and is coming out of an area of trying to see how I can communicate this message to my kids who are 10 years old. So I feel my duty as a father is to try to bring this absolute truth that brings all happiness and all resilience and all strength and everything that you need to survive in this temporary world, and as well as eternal. And so my friend who passed, I met her when I was 7 years old. Thus, I put this false conception of myself at 7. You see his hairline? You see how crispy that is? So nice, right? What happened to the hair? I don't know. But we'll get there. So this one is called Beyond Time. And let's see if it goes. So it's going to start with Om Namo Bhagavate, but I'm going to ask you guys to sing with me. That's what the song is. It's when we're doing kirtan, please sing with your heart and let us enter into this mood as much as possible. And feel free to nod your head. It is hip hop, so if everybody's like this, it's gonna make me a little nervous. Y'all gotta get loosened up a little bit. So, it's gonna start with the Gita verse. Brahma Panam, Brahma Havir, Brahma Jnanam, Brahma Kritam, Brahma Vatena Gantevyam, Brahma Gana Samadhina, Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Gurudev. I sing with you, can your heart sing with me? A song of truth eternally. Can you perceive the sweetest sound where bliss and truth and love are found? Hare Krishna, come on, y'all know this part. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. They said absolute truth is all you'll find when you go past both space and time. There's ultimate place, they rise from sound. The absolute knows no such bound. Make me dance, oh beautiful name, where self and source are not the same. It's in your heart, you let that word, and nothing else need ever be heard. In consciousness, you walk with me, through time, through space, through memories. You've always been eternally. So what gives rise to memories? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. They say you're born and cease to be, but that's not truth, just what we see. The super sound, beyond the breath, beyond all birth, beyond all death. Okay, so this portion, a little hip hop mixed with some Gita. Srila Prabhupada, what he did with KRS-One. Has anybody heard of KRS-One? Okay, so this guy, one of the founders of hip hop, was homeless in Brooklyn. And so what he did was, all of a sudden, due to missions like this, they went to the homeless shelter, Food for Life. And during that moment, somebody gave him a Gita. Now, at that point, he didn't know his purpose at all. Hip hop was unknown at this point. Unknown. All he knew was struggle. He was homeless at 17 or 18. But he said, hey, he left home voluntarily because he said, I want to find my purpose in life. What greater book than the Gita to find purpose? And so he took the Gita, digested it, what he could, and he started carrying it with him everywhere. And he carried it with him everywhere that people at the homeless shelter started calling him Krishna and saying, Krishna this, Krishna that, Krishna this. He was like, why are you guys calling me Krishna? Like, that's somebody's God, he would say. And he was like, I'm just reading this book. And they're like, no, Krishna. So the whole homeless shelter started singing Krishna's name. Now, eventually, he was hanging around the Bronx and graffiti.
Really, top class.
Top class. Again, think about how the modes work, though, right? Whenever you're dealing with goodness, if it's not Shuddha Sattva, there's going to be tamas and ignorance somewhere, right? The issues of unhappiness are already there. The seeds are already there. But also the reverse. When we're dealing with struggles in our life, understand they're all there with Krishna right at the center of all of our existences. And so in this very dark area coming less than 100 years, about 100 years after American slavery, then the Jim Crow laws, redlining, so many economic situations that they were dealing with, as well as a cultural breakdown. These people, my people, were stripped from our land, lost our language, lost our religion, lost everything, trying to rebuild. No education, as Srila Prabhupada said. You left somebody free, but you're not teaching them anything about Dharma. There they were in the concrete jungle, in complete tamas. Yet, this Gita came, and what he ended up doing is, they said, hey, graffiti is an art form of hip hop. They were spray painting, a little rebellious. And so they're like, what's your name? And he was like, Krishna. But he didn't know what to do, so he said, KRS, because that's how they spell it in the Gita, KRS, and then he put his number 1. And so they said, what does it mean? Knowledge reigns supreme. And so with that, he gave birth to what was called conscious hip hop. How ironic. Now through conscious hip hop, then every big artist that you know today that are billionaires, such as Nas, such as Jay-Z, such as 50 Cent, who do they say was their or is their favorite rapper? They all say KRS-One. Without KRS-One, the hip hop movement as we know would not exist, the Tribe Called Quest, etc. And so my friend, she said, Palaka, I was chanting japa in Radha Govinda, and she goes, I'm dying. The cancer has spread to my brain. And she was like, remember that time we were talking about doing a hip hop class where there's this group called Diggable Planets? And I said, oh, that's really interesting. She was like, I'm talking to them. I'm like, really? And she was like, yeah. And they were a big group in the 90s coming out of the conscious hip hop, because there was gangster rap and then there was conscious hip hop, the uplifting hip hop. Not all hip hop's the same. And now it's co-opted by certain things that, really making it a prison pipeline basically. But at this point, they had conscious hip hop due to KRS-One. And she said, this group called Diggable Planets is talking to me and I want to give them the Gita. And guess what? Their concert is tonight. And are you going to go? Remember we talked about it 9 months ago, we can make it. And I was just like, it was such a bypassing comment. So I was like, oh yeah, we'll do that, But I didn't really have any plans. She called me up and she was like, I need you to deliver this Gita. And the concert's tonight. And I was like, oh really? It's in Brooklyn? She was like, no, it's in Cleveland. And I go, well, what am I supposed to do here? And she was just like, yeah, give the book and I'll meet you. I'll meet you there. Now, she was really trying to make it, but she was already too debilitated by that time. So her mind wanted to go. And so she goes, don't worry, I have a backstage pass. Take all Srila Prabhupada's books and give it to him. Right? And I was like, backstage pass. She sends me a ticket and the ticket is half cut off. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, hey, can you send me an email to like the actual ticket? I was like, this is not going to work. And I was like, I don't even know if I'm going. It's 7 hours drive. And the concert starts at 6. It's already 12. And she was like, Palaka, it's Krishna's arrangement. Just go. Like, what are you scared about, right? And so I'm looking at my wife. Her parents are over. And I'm like, hey, I think I should hit the road. It's my friend's dying last request. And I always consider her a Shiksha guru because when I was 7 years old, we were arguing about ice cream, and I was not a devotee at that time. And there was some initiation, and all the kids were arguing, is there ice cream in the house? Is there not ice cream in the house? And I'm just looking like, oh my gosh, like what is this? Where am I right now? Jai, you should go anytime. And so they go, and so at the very end, to actually break the argument, she goes, I swear to Krishna, there's ice cream in that house. And with that, she shook my consciousness at around this age. And I said, looked at my sister and I go, oh my gosh, she just said Krishna, like she really believes it. She really believes in Krishna. And then I thought, oh, well, what do I believe and why? And it started making me think at 7, what do I believe and what makes her belief system any more different than mine? And so now we're in our 40s and just dying request. So I hit the road and just say, hey, it could be a service and maybe it could bring a smile to her face. Now as I'm going, the ego starts looking because my wife's looking at me like, what are you doing? Other parents, I'm like, I'm trying to drive. It starts raining. Next thing you know, I'm going through Pennsylvania. And I start thinking about my Gurudev who passed away in Gitanagari. And it's just like, wow. With all of the American history that's there and all the false conceptions that the ego can carry, one thing I was thinking about was Vrindavan. And I was like, how is that possible? Just because of Gitanagari, that the consciousness can shift and remove all false conceptions. And so KRS-One ended up influencing all of hip-hop due to Srila Prabhupada. Another instance, Stevie Wonder had a very famous song, Pastime Paradise. Pastime Paradise was the seed song, the root song of one of the biggest hip-hop songs ever, which is called Gangster's Paradise. Maybe some of you guys have heard that. I'm sure if I played it, you guys would know it. So Gangster Paradise was in a very famous film. Goravani was in it. Michelle Pfeiffer was in it, about a broken school system, right? And now Srila Prabhupada teaches that any school system that's not teaching us about the absolute truth is a broken school system. But there's degrees there, right? And so one day Stevie Wonder, being blind, was driving by, and he heard Harinam Sankirtan by Agni Dev Prabhu. Now, Agni Dev Prabhu was a very famous singer. Tamal Krishna Goswami would always listen to him, and he goes, what is that most beautiful sound I'm hearing? And the devotees, he actually sent his assistants to get the devotees. They bring them to the studio, and the devotees sing with kartals to make this massive record called Pastime Paradise. Now, he said one thing that was so shocking is that how the devotees did the whole thing in one take. And he was like, so many artists, it takes some days, weeks, hours, even the good ones, there's many, many retakes. But the devotees were like, all we do is sing to Krishna every single day. And that's what we do. And with that, he laid down one of his most famous. Stevie Wonder has been so influential in American culture that could be its own lecture in and of itself. However, this song had the Hare Krishna mantra all throughout it with kartals. And so another massive one. Without Srila Prabhupada, none of that would have happened. So hip hop has a very, very big connection to Srila Prabhupada in this mission. So naturally, when we're thinking about how we actually are going to approach life, before we're in our actual eternal identities, that consciousness, Maya or illusion, is constantly trying to steal our consciousness. We're jivas. What are the 4 defects of the jivas? Anyone? Cheating. What else? Imperfect senses. Bound to make mistakes.
It's an illusion.
And illusion. 4 massive ones that if you've ever experienced this, congratulations. Welcome to the Club of Jivas. And so this one is talking about every morning the Jiva wakes. Circling the sun, he repeats mistakes, eating, sleeping, chasing gain, round and round in Maya's chain. Dreams of freedom, dreams of more, but fake desires just lock the door. Any desires without the absolute truth and thinking about how we can align to his will, his pleasure, we should understand we're in a false conception, and that conception binds us to time and space. So many goals in human life. We need our intelligence to stack rank them, not just our immediate sense gratification. That is a goal, right? A lot of people, hey, I want to eat this, it tastes good. I want to feel this, it tastes good. I want to hear this, whatever it is. All the senses want something. But we need to stack rank them for success in life to say, the more I delay my gratification, tapasya, austerities, the more Krishna manifests somewhere. How? How is that there? So much success has come to various degrees, but we see this, right, with the Chatur Shloki of Bhagavatam. I am tapasya. There's nothing to be scared of. It actually brings all happiness. And we're doing service, we are relinquishing everything in love to that absolute truth. So he's chasing these goals through struggle and strife. The jiva wakes to a truth that never decays. Because all of the goals that are temporary, the jiva, the time eats them all away. So I borrowed from the concept of the Gita, where Arjuna is looking at the universal form, and he tells Krishna, Krishna, I see all of my enemies running into your mouth. as time. Boom, boom, boom. And to me, it's so beautiful because it's not saying we're running away from time and it's eating us away. No, we're running into it due to improper goals, improper desires. And so I would like you to just reflect upon your day-to-day life and see how many of our goals are aligned to Guru, Sastra, Sadhu, to the loving Vaishnavas here. How can we create deep relationships with those who are among us because we don't have long with each other, but let's smile and dance while we're with each other. So this is going to bring me to the second song. I had the lyrics. I don't know if you can see them. I should have made it a little bit bigger, but again, this is the test run. And so, see that? So here's if you guys can see it, try to sing along. So it's the baseline Jiva consciousness. Every morning the Jiva awakes. Son, he repeats mistakes. Eating, sleeping, chasing, round and round in Maya's dreams of freedom, dreams of more. Fake desires just lock the door. So many goals we've chased each day, but Mr. Time takes it all away. So many goals in this human life, chasing the world through struggle and strife. So many goals, but none can stay, because Mr. Time eats them all away. Now think about the Jivas always trying to steal something, thinking that something's there, but you didn't create any of this, even your own subtle body. What can they steal to feel alive tonight? These Indian shadows that stays the time. Building houses stacked in stone. Deep inside he feels alone. Planet spinning, bodies age. So our body's aging, erasing every page. Cosmic chase, ego's lost, trapped in space. So the last verse is talking about how the mantra breaks all of these false conceptions, right? That image of KC that I have is a false conception of my past. What false conceptions do you have about your past? Where are they? Prove they exist. Because if they were you, where is it? Whose is it? So the mantra cuts illusion like a knife. Shows the Jiva what's real in life. Illusion like a knife. Shows the Jiva what's real in life. Ears in haze, here's Maya's maze. Join awakes, truth that never decays. Okay, so naturally borrowing a lot from the Gita with this, right? Trying to get us to understand as somebody's coming to the practice of bhakti to say, why is it so important? Krishna says in the Gita, birth, death, old age, and disease is not just wrong, he labels it. Srila Prabhupada said it's evil. We should not fall asleep to this. Understand that this is not our home when we're in this false illusion. However, due to the science that Sri Sri Gaura Nitai has provided, we can make every moment our home by offering everything to that supreme source that has all bliss, all knowledge, all renunciation, and all beauty.
Who is the author of this particular?
This is all me.
Oh, this is
all these songs, yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's why. Yeah. Okay, so next one. So now, thinking about this, if we understand that birth, death, old age, and disease are not what we want to focus on, then how do we do this? And so Sri Krishna says, Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvashaha. Right? These modes are putting us in illusion, and it makes us think that we're the ones that are doing it, even though this is all Krishna's Leela, right? However, when our consciousness is not right, we think, this is my Leela. And so this song is meant to be simple, where the senses are moving. We have 5 external senses, and we have 3 subtle senses. They're always moving. But we want to use our intelligence to be able to, that's our instrument, to see large swaths of time, not just the momentary, but the extended versions of time. Where are we going after this death? Where were we before? Consolidating the varieties into a oneness that is the holy name. And Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So, yesterday, as I was walking home, I was playing this, and I started doing a little dance with it. 4 to the side, 4 to the other side. The senses move, the mind will chase. Representing the 8 elements. Oh love, save me from this dangerous place. Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasha. The senses move, the mind will chase. Love, save me from this dangerous place. Ahankara vimudhatma Tahamiti manyate. The jiva thinks it has control. Maya helps him forget his goal.
Entangles the bed with each desire. Jiva trapped like a moth to fire. Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasha.
So I documented part of the trip. All spontaneous. Because I usually don't preach like this. But I thought I'd try to make it interesting. So I started explaining to her about what this verse means. And at one point she goes, wow! Where's this come from? It's the Gita. It's what Bart Varsha has and now sharing with the world. So I had the speaker and I was just walking. Oh love, save me from this dangerous place. So every step representing the 8 elements. Then going backwards 4 steps. Changing the spin, new perspective. Matar Sparshastu Konteya. Oh Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And so, with that, what was interesting is how many people just started coming. So this was not planned. This was just on my way home. Then people just started. And so mostly I'm trying to do this for the youth, right? Say, hey, do something that can kind of be engaging, but at the same time, go with a little flow. As they call it, vibe out. From this dangerous place. Now, love, bhakti, right? Krishna prema, Krishna bhakti. The true love of life. How else can we get saved from this? What method is more enjoyable to get out of it? There's so many paths that can lead to liberation. But what Sri Sri Gaura Nitai has provided is something that we can experience as a science right here, right now. We don't have to waste time and wait till we die to see if it's true. Look how happy they are. At first I was singing by myself and just saying, hey, if I can do this as a service to Sri Sri Gaura Nitai. I didn't know anybody was going to join. I was like, this. They just say, hey, this, whose uncle is this? Get this uncle out of here, you know? But I'm like, hey, let's have a little fun, right? Vasudevaya. So for the last one, try to be quick, is when I was going through Gita Nagari. And some of these lyrics were actually written by the youth group. A couple of verses. Jeev Jago's the crew, so we call the youth group Jeev Jago. But naturally, Jeev Jago is all throughout our philosophy. So knowledge to action, devotion will prevail. Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. The dancing's fantastic, so you've got to be a little confident with hip hop, right? You dig the crew because the dancing's fantastic. What were we just doing an hour ago? We were dancing. What was Lord Chaitanya doing all the time? Dancing. We're not just walking, we're dancing. We're not just talking, we're singing. And so as I was going through Gita Nagari, I was just like, whoa, going through Pennsylvania, this is what I was thinking about. Jai Jai Radhe, Jai Jai Sham, Jai Jai Shri Vrindavan Dham. How lucky I am to have your association. If it wasn't for you and your ancestors making this sacrifice, upholding the tradition, because so many cultures have lost their books of knowledge. We were just talking about Timbuktu on the way over here. It was a place that had as their main currency, their main form of trade to keep that civilization together were books. But then after certain religious groups came in, burnt all the libraries to the ground. There's barely anything. However, Bharat, due to Krishna's arrangement, has been able to keep Sanatana Dharma there. And so I'm showing this to you to say, please continue your activities and share with your friends this message of love that no matter what you do in your temporary Dharma, try to align like Arjuna. He didn't say, be a Brahmin. He didn't say, be a Kshatriya or a Vaishya, Shudra. He said, no, you're a warrior, be a warrior. But use it in Krishna's service. But now, everybody's mutts, especially in America. I don't know my Dharma, I'm guessing. But if I can't figure it out, make sure we get the eternal together. So I know we're coming to close to the end, so I appreciate you guys sharing this with me. And I would love to hear a couple comments if you so desire. Thank you very much. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Any feedback? Okay. No feedback's fine too.
So you created some of this music? You did
This is all original.
Okay.
All original.
And you were in New York City somewhere and you just captured this music?
Yep, I met with a friend and I was about to come home. It was the day before my birthday. It was on Friday, and told my wife, I was like, hey, can I just do a little recording? Because one of the New Year's goals is to start social media, but I have a lot of fear around it, right? A lot of hesitations. And so people are like, don't be scared, like Abaya. Like you saying, hey, torrential downpour, who cares, right? It was one of those things that, hey, let me try to do it. But it's more for the youth. Let me say, hey, if I can lead by example and try to put myself out there, even if it looks a little awkward sometimes, and, again, I know I'm the uncle here and to the youth group. And so I'm like, hey, if it's in Krishna service, who cares? I need to not be attached to the results. I like it, I enjoy it, and I think other people could. And I'm just trying to do this as a service. And so I walked home, and this was all spontaneous that night.
And the person that you said that you were communicating with that left their body, that was Krishnangi?
Krishnangi. So it's Mother
Krishnangi.
Kamagiri's daughter.
Oh, okay. Krishnangi.
Krishnangi, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to share this in your abode today.
Have you, so you, this is the first time this has been seen anywhere? You haven't had a chance to put it out on YouTube or anything?
No.
like that?
I'm gonna do a class on Tuesday, and I'll revamp based
What
off.
class are you doing on Tuesday?
They have Bhakti school every Tuesday, and so they ask.
Bhakti school.
Yeah.
And what kind of people come for that?
New beginners.
Beginners, and mostly younger people, is that?
It's a mix, but
It's a
people
mix.
that aren't familiar with the Gita that much, they little kirtan, maybe they're into spirituality.
They do it
but-
downstairs in the Brooklyn?
Yes, or they have that new room upstairs in the Bhakti.
Oh,
I
and
think it's
the
called
new
Bhakti
room
Loft.
in the mezzanine. Or
Yeah, the
whatever.
mezzanine. Exactly. So again, trying to make it a little fun, trying to mix the philosophy into it, and thank you for allowing me to share this with you all.
Well, I think, the basic theme here, of course, is that somehow or other we're surrounded by an environment, surrounded by a people, surrounded by a culture that celebrates the pointless temporary goals that everybody seems to have bought into. And so most people never even heard that there's another possible goal.
Yes.
They just, give in to whatever's going on.
Exactly.
And they don't even know that there's an alternative.
Yes, and it was like when I was walking home, it was just like I saw so many people trying to find that new club, find that place of some type of enjoyment. But then so many people were just looking, just being like, oh, what is he up to? And people were like, oh, I'd walk with you. I was like, yeah, come walk with me, and I'm just going to be listening to this. It's yoga. It's yoga just mixed with some different instrumentals. And you could tell, they were just like, oh, it's an alternative, People want to have fun. People want to have good association. But where's the options?
So this Krish one is still alive, and so is Stevie Wonder. Stevie
KRS-One's
he must be getting
still-
up there,
Yeah, they're both getting up there. But yeah, it's amazing to see KRS-One. He speaks about the absolute truth now constantly, but does it in the form of hip hop. And it's interesting. It's very interesting to see how Srila Prabhupada just transformed the whole planet and put seeds that are still manifesting. It's amazing. And so, yeah.
Oh, that's very interesting. Anybody else have questions? Yeah, let me give. You ask first. It won't amplify you, but it'll keep it from so that we.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for everything you did today. And I have two questions. First, do you have any YouTube channel for you that
Not-
can follow and learn things from? Or
Way too shy for all that, but I plan on, again, not being attached to the results. And on Tuesday, maybe do that. Maybe Tuesday.
and this
I'll start.
Tuesday class that you have, Bhakti class for you. will
That's
that
for
be-
everybody. That's for everybody.
Okay, so does that go live as well, or
I'm not sure. Maybe. I think they do record it.
Is it live streamed?
live or even recorded?
Yeah, I think they're recorded.
Where will it be available?
Yeah, so I know definitely they'll record it, most likely, if they like it, and put it up on the ISKCON NYC.
On the websites?
Yes.
All right. Thank
And I appreciate the smiles.
Hare Krishna. So, love the presentation.
Oh, thank you.
And like you see, little bit different of the path. We have here Dayananda Goswami. He is preaching this thing, Krishna West,
Yes.
to connect to some people he thinks. So the question would be, how effective would the message be, Bhagavad Gita message as Prabhupada brought it, to affect people?
Yeah.
So different people have different opinion. I'm all for whatever can make somebody Krishna conscious in any little degree is
Yes.
great, because even the littlest degree would save one from the greatest danger, right?
Yes.
But people have different opinion,
Oh, yeah. Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm seeing that, like, how effective people think that somebody would actually get a message, like Srila Prabhupada came, and he was from where he came from, and coming to America, there was a great cultural difference, musically, every way, but he just brought the straight philosophy and give it, and it was effective. So your
Yes.
thought, Maharaj thought, Adarshi,
Yes. How much time do I have, by the way, just to make sure?
Another maybe 10 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, that's actually a big part of this also, because my spiritual master was really big on bridge preaching, as they called it. And so my father, so it's a balance, right? Naturally, we need to stay chaste to what the acharyas have said first and foremost, right? Now my father, one day he was driving, and he was Muslim actually, and they said on the radio, Swami will be speaking about demigods and their influence on the Gulf War. And he says, oh, that sounds interesting. And so he ends up going to a class, and he didn't hear anything. And actually, about a month before that, my mom asked him, would you ever be a Hare Krishna? And he said, oh, no. Never would I. Because there's certain, connotations that people have coming from that background and things like that, right? And so it said by the 8th class, my guru started saying, Krishna says this, Krishna says that, Krishna says this. I don't know if it was the 8th, but it was a few classes before we actually started hearing Krishna. And then my father liked what my guru was saying, his guru now, or he passed away, but he was just like, you mean Krishna as in Hare Krishna? And they said, yeah. And he was just like, why didn't anybody tell people that they have this type of knowledge? But he was sold at that point. And so my whole story is based off of something similar to that, right? My guru became an African chief. And he said he would sometimes wear African garb. And he said, yeah, a lot of sannyasis don't do that. And he was heavily criticized for it. Heavily criticized. But he said, I remember, he goes, I would wear a Speedo if I could use that to have more people chant Hare Krishna. And he said, this is nothing but my service to Srila Prabhupada. And he said, I would do anything to get people to take to the process. And so with that, I'm still trying to figure out the process, but now I have sons, Krishna and Balaram, and I go back thinking, oh, how lucky I am to be able to hear the message of Bharat Varsha through an African chief, right? Because sometimes when people have certain bodily conceptions, they're very strong, And so you got to get them one way or another. And so in terms of the effectiveness, it's like the Beatles, right? You make one song, My Sweet Lord, and next thing you know, you have the whole world chanting. Or there's so many preachings of all variety that don't work, right? And so I said, let's just try to see how we can get anybody who has various levels of interest and hook them in. You're interested in economics? Oh, let's learn about Varnashram. You're interested in health? Let's learn about this. What are your interests? Krishna's the center everywhere. You like style? Oh, let's learn about, you like architecture? Let's learn about Vastu. Whatever it is, there is no topic where Krishna is not that center. And so if we can just somehow get people to accept a little bit of Krishna, he is so sweet that soon, boom, then the Maya is broken. Because who can resist little baby Damodar? Those stories, those pastimes. And it's effective. It's a science. So as you surrender, you start tasting that sweetness. And so again, as that happens, the consciousness will change. But it's all Krishna's arrangement, right? We just have to do our part. And so I thank you for that question. That was very nice, very nice.
I think Mother Shaima wants to say something.
I have a question.
Oh, she had a question. Okay, so
I like this music, Hare Krishna. I
Oh,
like
thank
your music very much. My son lives in Canada.
Yeah.
How can I send this music to him?
Oh, I appreciate it. I'll have an answer by the end of the week, hopefully. No, I appreciate it.
I think you should.
Let him have
Sorry.
a microphone.
I think you should publish this you know,
Really?
on a big level.
Okay.
And trust me, you will get very good fame of the Krishna. I will not say the money wise or anything,
Yeah.
but very good fame of the Krishna. And this is the message gonna go all over the world,
Yes.
especially the Gita, who understands, you know. And
Yes.
the last song you play, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya,
Yes.
that's also like every song have a different meaning. Every song have a different learning of it, you know. So I think you should publish it, and you will get a very, very good response for that.
I appreciate it. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. It's
And people will gonna join in this journey with this.
Will you join with? Will you join me?
I am already here.
Will you? No, because what I want to do is start, maybe take some of these, get your feedback, get some your own personal feedback, and then maybe as I go for a walk, we can all walk together.
Once Krishna is with you, then we are with you. Wherever he goes, we have to follow him. You know one thing? If you are an engine of a train, right? We are the back, what you call the baggage compartment. We have to follow you, basically. So, like how Prabhupada was like engine. So we are sitting on behind of him, and he's taking us to the Krishna journey. Still now.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
So if you are an engine at this point, with this song, with this culture, you know, everybody gonna accept it. So we're gonna just sit behind you, and we have to just follow to his journey. That's it.
And then simultaneously sitting behind all of you all. So it's it's nice because there's a YouTube video I saw. It said, Dharma, what is it? And this guy was doing he said, he opens it up as a short. He goes, I'm going to build my neighbor a $10,000 fence for free. And he goes, why would I do that? Because a man should never do anything for money that he wouldn't do for free. And when I think about it, my job, I do for money, right? But what I don't do for money is I love Sankhya. I love Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavat Sankhya. I could talk about that all day. And I love music. And so I do this over the summer, I was just creating this for myself. I just walk around New York like I'm in the 80s, and I'll just have this just booming. And it's just like, hey, I like this is what I like. And I do it for free. And so if somebody else would like to join in that freedom, I would love that, right? I would love the ideas, maybe color coordinate. But it's just showing people, hey, we're having fun. Even when I was dancing alone for like the first 5 minutes, and the security guard said, hey, turn it down. And I said, hey, I'll turn it down. Those guys in the video were watching me. And I was like, I'll turn it down only if they'll dance with me one time. And I was like, it's a shame to have me dancing the electric slide alone, right? And then they were just like, they started dancing, and it was just like, hey, this is so much fun. And I was like, look, and even if you guys didn't join me, I was okay. You know why? Because I'm dancing for Krishna. And are you dancing right now? Are the modes making you happy? This is making me happy. And I would love for you to join me. So I appreciate that.
No, we appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. No, thank you.
Thank you very much. I do appreciate that, and I would love to see that you make your YouTube videos, because even my kids, they're youth, and this is something that I think will draw them more to Krishna conscious.
Oh, Jai,
Because
Jai.
the youth of today, they become distracted. There's a wide variety of music out there.
Yes.
And this, I would love for you to do. For
Yes.
for this new generation that's coming up. I do appreciate this.
Yes, no, I so
I wish
appreciate
you all the best.
the encouragement. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's, again, because I have no talent, there's so much technology that can help me. I was trying to build it. No, but it's like, and so I would love to have the youth participate, right? Where maybe we take a verse and then everybody brings their stanzas together and we all have a unified verse, right? And then we make it interactive, right? But it's naturally Gita based and, per the philosophy. So thank you for always encouraging me.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Dhanyavad.
Hari.
Hari.